Hello. Okay, the 10 Utterances of Creation. We got 10 utterances in Genesis chapter 1. The first one is, let there be light. The second one is, let there be a firmament. The third one is, let the water below the sky be gathered into one area, that the dry ground may appear. The fourth one is, let the land sprout vegetation. The fifth utterance is, let there be lights in the firmament. Okay. The sixth utterance is, let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures, and let the birds fly across the surface of the firmament. The seventh is, let the land bring forth every kind of creature. The eighth utterance of creation is, let us make man in our image. The ninth utterance is, see, I give you every seed-bearing plant that is upon the land, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit, that they shall be yours for food. And the 10th utterance is an unspoken utterance. The rabbis say it is unspoken because it is a blessing. And that is Genesis chapter 2, verse 2. On the seventh day, God finished his work when he had made which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work. So basically, this is the 10th utterance. It's what I'm calling the 10th utterance. But the 10th utterance is also connected to prior to the creation of light. As the rabbis state, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So there is an unspoken utterance in that it does not say, and God said, such as, let there be light, but rather simply, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It was a supernal creation. The rabbis call it something to the effect of a hidden utterance. Because by the word of the Lord, God created all that there was, so he had to have created it by his word. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But as I said, it does not say, and God said, let there be heaven, let there be earth. We see these things enumerated in each day of creation. But prior to the days of the creation, God willed that the heaven and the earth would be. And this aspect of creation is what I like to refer to as the first and the last, because God is the first and he is the last, okay? The first is, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The last is the Sabbath. Now, the seventh day, God finished his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day. And so the first is the same as the last in that before the first, God was at rest. And at the last, God is at rest. Okay? So the Sabbath is the goal of creation, okay? It brings us back to the beginning. But it brings us back to a point where we have the beginning, and yet we have more. We have individuality, we have variety, we have all of the different aspects of creation. And that's why the Lord created everything in 6 days, because he wanted to enumerate the individuality of all creation. So he divided everything in a dual format. We have light, we have dark. We have water that's wet, we have land that is dry. We have the seed-bearing plants, we have this vegetation on the land, and then we have fish in the sea, and we have birds in the air. Okay. Then we have, for the comparison of the land, we have vegetation on the land, and we have stars in the firmament. Okay. So you have land, and then you have firmament. So, and then you have waters above, and you have waters below. Okay. And then again, we have the land, we have the creatures of the sea and the creatures of the land. Okay. And then we have man. Let us make man in our image. But within man, we have male and female. Okay. Just as we have sun and moon. Sun representative of the masculine, moon representative of the feminine. So everything in creation is of a dual nature, a duality. And there are 10 utterances of creation. The first and the last are tied together because they are outside of time. And the first and the last are actually counted as one utterance. And the 6 days of creation, on day one we have one utterance, let there be light. Okay. On day two we have 2 utterances, which is significant because it's the second day and there are 2 utterances. So I suppose you could say the number 22 is representative of that, or can be representative of that. And those 2 utterances are, let there be a firmament, and then let the waters below be separated and gathered into the seas, and let the dry land appear. So when God says, let there be a firmament, he divides the waters above from the waters below. And on the 3rd day, there is one utterance. On day 4, there is one utterance. On day 5, there is one utterance. But on day 6, there are 3 utterances. So, and then of course, day 7 we count as the last of the utterances. So I'm counting the Sabbath and also the first, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, as one and the same. But what I notice is that there is a little bit of symmetry here with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. And if you're familiar with Nikola Tesla, he said something to the effect of, if you understood the secrets of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you basically understand the mysteries of the universe. But what we have here in Genesis chapter 1 and also through chapter 2, verse 2, is some correlation with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. For instance, on day 1, we have one utterance. On day 2, we have 2 utterances. So 1 plus 2 is 3, okay? And then on day 4, we have one utterance. On day 5, we have one utterance. Excuse me. On day 3, we have one utterance. On day 4, we have one. No, I had it right the first time. No, I'm sorry. Day 4, we have one utterance, and day 5, we have one utterance. That's 3 utterances again. So we have another group of 3, okay? And then those 3 plus that 3 is 6, okay? And then on day 6, we have 3 utterances again. And so the total utterances within the 9 days, within the 6 days is 9. So there's 6 days, but within those 6 days, they're broken up into 3 groups of 3, okay? And within the 6 days, there are 9 total utterances. And again, the 10th utterance is the first and the last, which is prior to the first day. And then we add the Sabbath, which is also outside of the time. Sabbath is representative of the world to come, Olam Haba. Everything within this first chapter of Genesis, chapter 1 through chapter 2, verse 2, is a blueprint for history. This is basically foreshadowing, this is prophecy of the entire history of mankind leading up to the millennial Sabbath reign. Because that's what day 7 is. Day 7 is the Sabbath, and that is the Sabbath of years, the Sabbath of millennium. Because each day is as 1,000 years. And the rabbis say we are allotted 6 days for all of history. So 6,000 years. And yes, I am a young earth creationist. So, we are at year 20, we are at year 5782, according to the Orthodox Hebrew calendar. So, if that is correct, if the Orthodox Hebrew calendar is correct, we have about 228 years before the millennial reign. So I do believe right now we are witnessing the fall of Babylon in Revelations chapter 17, I believe, which we will continue to see fall, which is the religion of this world, the systems of this world, falling before our eyes, and the whole earth will be mourning its fall. They will be in distress. And Babylon will fall. So each day of creation, actually, you know what? Let's leave it right there. We've gotten to about 18 minutes in this video. And that will be a good starting point. And let me know any of your questions in the comments. God bless. And keep seeking truth.